Okay, good afternoon. My name is Coach Smile, and it's indeed a pleasure to be with you this afternoon. I'm very, very excited. And what am I excited about? I'm excited about several things. I'm excited that you will going to get information that is relevant to building you a business, a very serious business. Now, um, I don't know if you have recognized that there has been a thief robbing you for the last 3, 4, 5 years. And that thief is so cunning, you don't even see it coming. And the thief I'm talking about is called inflation, 25% inflation. And so that's why you've got so many people right now looking for an opportunity. You've got people on fixed incomes that with the price rising, price in the, I started to say drugstores because I just came from the drugstore, but the grocery store prices, rents here in New York, but rents everywhere are going up. So there is a definite need for extra income. And when I started this program, I used to talk about pain in the body or pain in the pocketbook. And that sort of resonated throughout the organization. And we blew up. And the only difference from 3 or 4 years ago to today is that we have better products. We have a bigger product line. So whether you're looking to earn an extra $500 a month, an extra 1,000 a month, or an extra 10,000 a month is totally, totally viable and up to you. Something we can't give you is the desire. But tonight, you're going to have a very clear picture of exactly what you need to do to grow your organization and be resolute that you and the team can grow. Now, along with inflation eating the money away, this gives a great opportunity because you got more people coming in the marketplace for second and third hustles. And so, what is the difference? What is the uniqueness between this as opposed to any other product? The uniqueness is the product itself. The product itself. You're going to hear from Miss Law talk about a product that is life-changing. In fact, she is driving and driving and driving, but I let her tell you her story. Along with that, we have a product collection. We got a Care Blue water uh, collection. We have a Nutraveda collection. We've got a fitness, collection. By 8 o'clock this morning, I had done 8,000 steps. Tonight, I did another 8,000. I'm telling you, these products work. But what I'd like to do is turn this over to an absolute fantastic leader. She's a mom, she's a grandma, but she's a businesswoman. She's an enlightened communicator because she can communicate in a way that a lot of people would love to. But guess what? You don't have to be able to communicate at her level because this is recorded. And what she's going to show you is you can do 3, 4 presentations by sending out links. I was talking to somebody today and I was talking to them about what's that thing again that you put on the phone this morning they were talking about? Instead of a link, it's what's that thing? Alina, you were there. Kim, you have it on your business cards.
Oh, QR code.
Oh, QR code.
Yeah, the QR codes. See if I can do this, anybody can. See, QR codes.
A
And so
QR code.
without any further to do, this young lady probably just got to her hotel, but I let her give you her story. But get ready, get something to write with. Take your phone out, take some pictures. Miss K.
Absolutely. You're going to definitely want to have your phone ready. Coach, thank you so very much. I appreciate this opportunity to be able to share something that I really love to talk about, which is the Anjali collection. I actually, for those of you who don't know, I was blind for 16 years from taking a prescribed medication called Topamax after a very serious automobile accident. They gave me this medication, and on day 11, taking just a 16th of a dose of that medication, I had every single side effect, and then went blind on day 11. Was blind for 16 years, had a guide dog, white cane, red tip, the whole kit and caboodle. And my husband and I and my mother, we actually owned a health food store for 13 years. So it's not like I didn't have a good base on health and nutrition. I tried a boatload of things. However, nothing did restoration. I had some relief from pain that I was dealing with, not complete relief, but I did have a break from some of that type of stuff,
Yeah.
but nothing did restoration.
Yeah, man.
If
Hey,
y'all could please mute.
down.
Okay, I'm on the,
So for those of you who are not muted, please mute your mics for us because I don't know how to do that. So tonight we're going to be actually talking about how to be a top recruiter. And my husband and I have actually had the opportunity to do these techniques for many years. But you know what? Sometimes you're too close to the forest to see the trees, or you forget what you did in the past. Well, that's kind of what happened. So I'm grateful for the opportunity from Coach to freshen my brain cells on this. So let's move on. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about, and that lovely bell is our door ring. So let's talk about the agenda today. You know, Coach mentioned earlier about, are we going to be able to, are you looking for an extra, I don't know, $500, 1,000, 5,000, maybe 10,000 extra a month? You have to know what it is exactly that you're looking for so that you know how to move forward to be able to reach that goal. See, if the top recruiters are the ones that my husband and I and Coach actually, and several other people were in this other company. Bob and I actually did this for 7 years straight, where we had 10 memberships sold a month. So think about this as a top performer in any company. If you do just 10 sales a month, folks, that breaks down to less, that you're talking 2 sales a week. Just two, because there's 4.25 weeks in a month. So you're talking 2 sales a week. Now, guess what happens when you do that? Just by sharing and having conversations, it puts you at the top of the leaderboard, right? Well, when we're talking about the leaderboard, we're talking about your success, your why. What is your reason for doing this? If you don't know what your why is, then you're going to have a hard time to reach it. It's kind of like having a map. We have a national map, right? And Bob and I have been traveling from Florida out west, but we wanted to go into the state of Utah and Nevada. Well, if we didn't have a map to get us there, we could have ended up in California or, Oregon, Washington State, or even Canada, had we not had a map to get us where we wanted to go. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is these tools. We have to crystallize what it is that motivates us. If we are not absolutely having a driven force as to what it is we're wanting to do and why we're doing it, then it's going to be hard for us to accomplish that, right? Now, we're going to talk about being turbocharged on our prospect generation. What does that look like to be able to increase your generations, your accumulation of guests, of customers, of brand ambassadors? Now, this is going to be done by strengthening the words that you use, because there is words that are just magical when it comes to being able to have a conversation. And those have to do with the things that you're open up a conversation with what that person's interested in, which is themselves and the things that they love to do. So we're going to talk about that. Also, not only the empowering words that you're going to use, but also the secrets of the top recruiters and increasing your personal team's growth by sharing those same techniques with them. Now, secret number one, we have to focus on what we're recruiting people into, right? People don't want to be convinced or persuaded. They're interested in things that are bring about hope, enthusiasm, resolution to solutions, solutions for things that they're wanting to accomplish, opportunities. That's what people are into. You know, we have to shift from pushing products and things like that approach to something that's filling a need and tailoring our conversations to the people we're talking about. Let me give you an example. Yesterday, I was at a hotel, went outside, I came back in, and there was two gentlemen that had been sitting at this countertop bar kind of a thing, and they were chatting, and I was thinking, okay, I haven't talked to anybody just this evening, so I need to figure out how to have an open conversation. Well, my friend who's deaf called me, and I need to be able to place my phone in this position so I can sign to her because she's deaf. So I did that. I said, gentlemen, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to be able to see her. She's got to be able to see me. I'm sorry. And I set it up and I just started talking, well, in sign language. So I wasn't interrupting their conversation. And out of the blue, they said, wow, that's such a beautiful language. I should really learn more sign language. I said, it is a beautiful language. So after I finished my conversation, I had an opportunity now to say, hey, where are you from? Now I'm getting to know them, right? By getting to know them, I'm opening up the WIFM station. What's in it for me? So when we started talking, I said, yeah, I said, this young lady, they did a documentary about her. She's deaf, has autism, but she has gone from a spectrum of a 5-year-old to preteen where she's able to be self-sufficient and living independent now. It's wonderful. And they're like, he said, really? He says, my brother is an autistic adult and he can't even hold a job. I said, oh my goodness, you need to take a look at this product called Tranquility. It's magnificent. Now, do you see what happened? I was able to find a need that he had and create an opportunity around what we've got for him. Now, transitioning from recruiting to solving. This is a different type of technique because what we're doing is we don't want to go in and recruit, right? What we want to do is recruit people by them having a desire to do what we're doing, which means we become the priority for them in fulfilling their needs in order for them to want to be a part of what we're doing. We're not trying to convince and persuade anybody into anything. What we're doing is we're helping them, which is the next one, master the art of vision painting. Because we're going to find out what their needs are and create a vision about that around it for that individual. So this gentleman I was talking to, turns out in his sentence that he spoke to me, he says, you know, I work for the oil company. I'm an electrician, but my wife wants me to get off the oil fields. She's working 3 different jobs to create enough income so I can be at home with the family. She's trying to replace what she's doing. I said, by chance, does she know much about social media? He goes, oh my gosh, yes. I said, oh, thank you, Heavenly Father. I said, you're my miracle. He goes, really? I said, yes, actually, your wife is. I said, I'm actually, I'm looking for a few people, 1 for sure, maybe 2 in the specific area of social media and building that. I'd love to have a conversation with her. And we started talking about some of the products. He was saying, oh my gosh, she needs tranquility. She doesn't sleep. Her mind's constantly going. Do you see how we're able to wrap conversations around our products and fulfilling a need? Now let's we're going to have a conversation about sorting and convincing. You know, the old saying, a man convinced against his will is of the same opinion still. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to sort. We're not going to hunt, we're going to fish. What's the difference between hunting and fishing, folks? If you don't have you got to take a picture because this stuff is really important. Feel free, take a snapshot. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort which is fishing, instead of convincing, which is hunting. If you're hunting something down, say you have a bar of soap in your bathtub and you're going at it like a madman, guess what happens? It shoots away from you, goes all sorts of different directions, right? However, if you're sorting, you're positioning yourself to receive what you want. This is what we're doing with the people we're having conversations with. If we're trying to convince them that what we have is the best thing since sliced bread, which it actually is, but we have to make it where they have a desire to want to know more, not about us chasing after them. Because if we're chasing after people, then we appear to be needy, but we're not. We're just so excited about what we've got. You know, we got to set ourselves on fire and let people come and watch us burn because of the enthusiasm we have about the product, right? We have to share our testimony. Now, hunting and fishing. So hunting is going after something in a way that's you need this, you have to do it this way. You know, I know you, I've known you for years, gosh, you've got to have this, I know it can make a difference. Versus, wow, guess what, I came across this amazing product, I have had results that has blown my mind, I'd love to share this with you. If I give you an opportunity to take a look at a link, would you watch this? It's less than like 5 minutes and get back with me and let me know what you like best. See the difference in the conversation where we're inviting them to participate, not making them participate. See, we have to conquer our fears when it comes to conversations. See, fear is actually a necessity. I'm not saying get rid of fear. I'm saying conquer it, right? We're climbing the mountain. When we're climbing that mountain, we get out of breath. We're exercising. Coach is a good example of this. My goodness. He is climbing that mountain every single morning and in the evening time. He is going after his goals physically, emotionally, spiritually, financially. And every single day, he reaches another plateau and another plateau. When we are working through that, whether it's picking up the phone for the first time that day, not the first time period, but each day that we pick up the phone to have a conversation with somebody, or we see somebody, like I'm not really talking on the phone much while I'm driving. However, when I've made a commitment, when I stop for gas or, to just take a break to stretch my legs or whatever, that I am making a conversation happen. I'm looking for people who might be limping. Listening to conversations, and then I find a way to just kind of meander into that conversation. If I see somebody having a sore leg or whatever, and they're limping or they're using a cane, I'll go, "Oh my goodness, what in the world did you do?" Now, I don't just walk up to somebody straight away, but I get in the line where they're standing, waiting in line just like I am. There's a whole bunch of lines, right? We can pick and choose. You want to pick the longest line, not the shortest line. You want the longest line so you can have a bigger conversation with somebody. Now, this is one of the things that we can do to conquer our fears is by taking that first baby step of picking up the phone and saying, "Hey, Joe, I have something I'd like to share with you. It'll take about 15 minutes of your time. You may or may not be interested. If you are, great. If you're not, that's fine too. However, I have been so pleasantly surprised with the results that I've got. If I share with you a link, would you take 3 minutes of your time to take a look at it, the video on it, get back with me and let me know what you like best? Now, we're going about this in a survey approach. See, we want to know what they like best. We're surveying. We don't want to know what they think, because that's not what we want. We're doing a survey. We need to know what they like best. Did they like the price? Did they like the product ingredients? Did they like the opportunity that the products work quickly, as fast as an opioid, without the side effects? Did they like the opportunity to be able to get the product basically for free for just sharing it with other people because they're so excited? Or was it because they loved the idea about having a side hustle that they could earn the extra income and possibly replace the income that they currently have with their job, right? Now, one of the beautiful things about Anjali is that we have multiple streams of opportunities. What does that look like? You know what that looks like? That looks like our Anjali platform. That looks like the platform as far as the WeRe1. It also looks like being able to be a customer. Remember years ago, we used to have green stamps. You would go to the grocery store, you'd buy product, and they give you these little stamps. You put them in a book, you fill it up, and you could buy grills and crock pots and all sorts of other things, right? Well, our company has put things in place for our customer base for them to have a reward system as well. This is something that is magnificent. So we have multiple streams of opportunities. Now, the third secret for success with most successful people is we're going to give you some introductory conversations. Number one, if the money was right and it didn't interfere with your schedule, would you be open to having a huge opportunity, to looking at a huge opportunity? If money was right and it wouldn't interfere with your schedule, would you be open to looking at a huge opportunity? Totally non-offensive, not aggressive, not demanding. It's opening a conversation for people to be able to say, yeah. And if they say no, guess what? We're going to have the opportunity to say, great. Who do you know that would be interested in taking a look at a huge opportunity if the money was right and it didn't interfere with their time schedule? So now you're getting referrals. Now, number two, here's another engaging conversation that you can have. This is called the engaging approach. You know, Mary, you're somebody that I really respect. You know, I I need to have a side hustle, a side business right now. I really respect your knowledge base. Would you be willing to take a look at something and let me know what you like best and what you think about it? Don't you think? Now, this is somebody that you know or has known you, or you have a business working relationship with them, but you respect their knowledge base, and you go to them and you say, you know, I really respect your knowledge base. I was wondering if you would mind taking a look at something. I'm looking at a business to have some extra income that I'm needing on the side right now. Would you mind taking a look at it for me and letting me know what you like best about it? Folks, this is going to help us to see opportunities with people who may have a mindset, a success ratio that's higher than where we currently are. And so it opens a door that wasn't open before. Now, this is a respectful inquiry. You know, I'm excited about starting a new business on the side. And because I respect your knowledge base, would you take a look at it and give me your opinion? Now, that's valuable because if you're asking for somebody's opinion, now we're not talking about tell me what you think in the first conversation. This is somebody that you respect their knowledge base. And this is a company that people see the value in when they take a deep look at it. Now, opening dialogue. Here's a new opening dialogue. When you're having a conversation with somebody, remember these quotes, because then once you've memorized it over and over and over, it's going to open up an opportunity for you to just let it be like a hot knife through butter. It just rolls off your tongue to be able to have a conversation. That's like when I meet somebody, I'll say, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I met you. You know, I'm looking to expand my business in the local area. I'm looking for one for sure, maybe two people to help me build and grow it. Who do you know that might be looking for some extra income as a side hustle that has a strength in social media platforms? Now, already had a conversation with a person, said that they did, their wife did. Do you see how that opened the door even further? Now, this is our secret number 4. What we're talking about here, folks, I'm sorry, I'm kind of ahead. Let me blow it up just a little bit here. So when we go in and it says, when somebody says no, we're sorting. We're not convincing, we're sorting. So when somebody says no to your business opportunity, it just means that they don't have enough information to make an educated decision. But guess what you can do? You can turn around and ask them for referrals, right? We're asking them for referrals. We're not going to get upset because we're looking for the aces in the deck. Not everything else. We're just going through that deck of cards and looking for the aces right off the top. So it's a no. Great. Next one. Some will, some won't. So what? Let's move on to the next person. Now, when we're asking for referrals, it's because just because somebody's not interested in that moment doesn't mean that they don't know someone who is. So smile and say, great. You know, you have no interest right now, but who do you know who does that might be interested in making a little extra more money? Or who do you know who might be interested in having relief from pain or strengthening their wellness? Now, when we're talking about these different scenarios, you know, we're talking about referrals, right? And outcomes, expected outcomes. We've talked about this in the past. If you don't know what your expected outcome is, it's like taking on a journey and not having a map to get where you need to go. So if your expected outcome is to, if the person says no, to have at least 5 referrals, right? At least 5 referrals. Say, you know, I'm really believing these products. Who do you know that's as passionate as you can see I am about their health and wellness that I might be able to have a conversation with? They may or may not be interested. If they are, great. If they're not, that's fine too. But they might know someone that I could have a further conversation with. Who would you suggest I talk to today? Folks, they start pulling out their phone because they want to help you. How could you help me? I'm building and growing my business in the local area. Who do you know? Believe me, folks, they're going to give you information. Be prepared to write it down. Now, number 3, we want to complement. We want to match people up with what their goals and aspirations are. See, when you get referrals, call them and match their situation to your opportunity. Are y'all still there? I wasn't sure if I dropped off the Wi-Fi. So if I'm not, chime in. Now, If we know what their why is, we can match our opportunity, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's extra income, whether it's replacing the income. We know how to build a conversation around that for that person. Now, their warm market, the person that you're having a conversation with, when you become a friend, they become your warm market, even if they were a cold call. I have 5 new friends. Well, I've got more than that today. I got quite a few new friends today. I've lost count of how many people I've had conversations with. Because guess what happens? Those people are like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I met you. Thank you for taking the time to have a conversation with me. When I'm done here, I'm going back downstairs to have a conversation with the lady. Check me in because I gave her my card and said, hey, check this out on your break. I'll be right back as soon as I'm done. She says, absolutely. We can talk about it when you come back. See how we're opening the doors for our business and being able to support people in a way that meets their needs? Now, secret number 5, maintaining enthusiasm. Folks, when you're talking to people and you want to have peas, beans, pennies, gold dollars, silver dollars, whatever it is, have 10 of them in your pocket, okay? And then when you get a no, move it from the left side to the right side or from the right side to the left side. Whatever that is for you, what works best. When you get a no, pull it out in front of the person and say, oh, thank you so much. That's an extra $10 in my pocket. I appreciate you telling me no so I can move on. And they're like, what do you mean you made $10 for a no? Well, that's just how our business works. When the more people I talk to, the sooner I get through the no's, then I get to the yeses, and it averages out to about $10. Now, when you see what your ratio is for your no's, then you can say, well, I make about $25 every no. Whatever that is for you, that's how you have your conversation. See, no doesn't mean no. It just means I don't have enough information to make an educated decision. Now, the nine no rule means if you go through 9 no's before you get to the yes on the 10th one, this shows you how you're moving forward and what your percentages are for your business. Some people get quite, whoops, I don't know how in the world I did that, folks. I'm learning new tricks to the trade on my computer here. All right, let's take a look at this. Number 3, even though no earns you something, when you're calculating, I told you this about the $10 when you say no, right? And graciously acknowledge rejections. Why is that important? Thank you so much for giving me your time today. I really appreciate it. You know, I value your input. I know it's not for you at this moment, but who do you know that would be interested in some extra income? Or who do you know that is really excited about Nutraveda and Ayurvedic products, natural products? Who do you know that's excited about health and wellness? Do you see how we can have conversations and open up into that? Now, secret number 6, the gap. I love this. GAP stands for grab a pen. GAP. What we're going to do is we're going to ask the person, we're going to make statements, and I'm going to read through some of these for you because they're really great. So you're going to say, if I, Mary, if I give you some information on how you can take have the extra time you were talking about without it interfering with what you're currently doing, will you take 50?
Okay, she lost her
Her connection.
first connections. So let me jump in for a minute here. Any questions on what she has covered so far?
This is not a question, it's more of a comment. I love that 10 coins putting it in your pocket and moving it to the other side when you get a
I'll be
no?
honest with you. Being from Jamaica, we have rice and peas. So when I first started out with this, I started with 10 peas because of the red peas. We have rice and peas on Sunday. And I decided that I was going to build an organization in Legal Shield, prepaid legal. And I took this and I started out with peas because, to be honest, I had hit a snaggle and I was broke. Yeah, Rolls Royce, bad decisions, and I was just starting over. And then I got to a point that I committed that I was going to do this one thing, but I wasn't going to do 10, so I did 15. And I committed for 90 days. And to be honest, I never did 90 days. That organization, when I left it, had 100,000 people and was done on 15 coins, because after I started making some money, to this day, I still have 15 gold coins, and I move it from one pocket to the next, from the left pocket to the right pocket. And I wouldn't come home until I had 15 names and telephone numbers. And so today's, with the use of links, with the use of QR codes, we can be far more efficient. Miss Lena, today, that young lady was showing us how to post on Facebook, right? And she also showed that you could do Facebook and Instagram and X, right? And so I'm not, well, I'll go to X. But anyway,
Coach,
yes.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, we're
I
okay.
lost the signal. I apologize.
No
Sorry,
problem.
we got it back.
So
Um,
you are just
yes, if you could make it where I could share again.
yes, ma'am. We were just talking that I have moved from peas to coins. And so I carry my coins with me. I still do.
I like the Susan B. Anthony gold coins personally.
That's what I have.
Yeah, that's the one I love. All right, folks, this is can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, let me get to, all right, we will move through this a little bit faster, get to where we were. Thank you for your patience. I apologize. Technology is a wonderful thing when it works smoothly.
It's all good.
Okay, here we go. All right. So we're almost at a wrap up, folks, but I wanted to share these last few things because it is incredible. When we're talking about the gap, grab a pen. I want you to think about something. Yeah, grab a pen. We're asking them to take action when we do this. So let me blow this up a little bit so you guys can see it clearer. There we go. So our goal is to say less to more people. We want to make this just a system of having conversations where we're fishing, we're not hunting anymore, right? So all we're doing is we're opening up conversations. If I share with you information, will you do this, right? So it's a methodology approach. Ask if a specific action, if they're talking about they're needing extra income, then you have a conversation wrapped around the conversation that they had with you. If they are interested in health and wellness, then wrap your conversations around those things. Now, if I'm going to give you a sample, if you're approaching a friend, here's a conversation that you can have. Let's see if we can get that big for everybody. Call your friend and say, hey, I have something important that I want to show you. It'll only take about 15 minutes of your time. You may or may not be interested. Grab a pen. Great. Do you have a pen? Awesome. If I give you a website, will you watch a short video, then give me a call back? Now, see, you've given them a call to action. We want them to have a call to action, not just give it to them and then hopefully one day we hear back from them. No, we're giving them a call back in 15 minutes. The video only runs about 3.5 to 4 minutes. If you would take a quick look at that, and could you give me a call right back as soon as it's finished? See how you're giving them a call to action? Now, if you're talking to a cold call person, all right, this is somebody you don't personally know. All right, let's go back up to my maneuvering here. Oops.
Ooh.
All right. As a cold call person, what we're doing is it says, I understand you wanted information about our company. It's business from home program. I got back with you as soon as I could. Do you have a pen handy? Great. Grab a pen. And if I give you a website, will you watch it and give me a call back? Now, you haven't given them the website yet because you're waiting for them to give you an answer to the call to action that you gave them. If I give you the website, will you give me a call back as soon as you finish watching? It should only take about 3 minutes of your time. So see how you can just have a real natural conversation about it? If someone only has a half an hour a day to work a business, to have extra income, this is the fastest way to do it. My husband and I built our business. I know Coach did too, in another company years ago, where it takes 15 minutes of your time. You may or may not be interested. If you are, great. If you're not, that's fine too. However, it's only going to take about 15 minutes of your time. Do you see? It doesn't really matter what circle of conversation you have that's going to move it forward. Now, when we're talking about secrets to success, why does 15 minutes matter? Because anything over 15 minutes, people's minds go gone. If you can capture them in 15 minutes, and it's even shorter now because look at all the TikTok stuff, right? TikTok is something that is generally 3 minutes or less, sometimes 5. That's like a long one, right? And if you get a video in there somehow, well, that's an act of Congress, because usually the TikToks are crazy, crazy fast, short attention span. So what we want to do is get in there, find out what their why is, give, like the fish, remember we're fishing, we're throwing out the bait, says, oh, you're looking for extra income? Here's a quick little to see if that's something you're interested in, and you pull them in. Oh, here, you're looking for health and wellness information? Here's some stuff about ambrosia, and you reel them back in. Oh, do you see where I'm coming from? Whatever that is. Third-party tools is the key. This is our links from WeRe1, from Anjuli in our back office. We have everything built and made for us. We don't have to do this. It's already done. It's already set up with our personal website links. The QR code, oh my gosh, I love it. You can take from one side of your business card to the other. I am the QR queen. You see this? All my business cards have QR codes on them. The reason being is because that's the thing now. I didn't know anything about QR codes, but guess what? They can take their phone, scan over the top of it, and they go, oh, that's awesome. Yep, hit save in your favorites so you can get back to it. Put your contact information in so that you don't lose it and you have access to getting the information again. Now we're going to talk about 5 proper exposures. We want to say less to more people, right? Be enthusiastic. And one of the ways to do that is to have a testimony about the products or a testimony about the income that we've got. Folks, when I first started the business, I was doubling my income every single month. Every single month. It only shifted when we started doing the documentary thing, because then I couldn't like show my business and do my business because it's just how that works. However, when we're genuinely enthusiastic about something, people want to know more about what you're doing. Because honestly, people don't want to be around Karens, right? No offense if anybody's a Karen on here, but you know what I'm saying. They don't want to be around negative people. I'm starting a new movement. Be a Kim. I am overly enthusiastic and excited about life. Find a way to be enthusiastic and excited. If you didn't see my little quick recording that I did when we ran out of gas, be excited about the experience that you're in, no matter what it is. Show how excited you are about the products. Get a commitment. Number 3 is get a commitment from the person to go to the website, listen to it, to give you their contact information. That's a commitment. They give you their name and phone number. They text you, hey, look, let me text you a link real quick. You're interested in the product. What's your phone number? 555-372-9642. Great, Joe. Wonderful. And in front of him, I say, Joe, this is Kim Law. It was a delight to meet you. Here's the link I told you I'd share with you. I hit that, I type in my link, and I send it to them as a follow-up, even though they've gone to my QR code. All right. The other thing is fill a need. We have to fill a need or desire for them, whether it's extra income, whether it's health and wellness, whether it's meeting a need for a loved one, a family, a friend, an enemy to get them out of their life. Be creative, right? And follow up. Follow up, follow up, follow up. That's the key. If we are not doing these things, now the last one, look at the bottom, maintain an attractive attitude. People don't want to have a conversation with somebody. Well, hey, would you mind? You're probably not interested in this, but here's a card. Just, if you want, check it out, right? You think anybody's going to do that? No, no, they're not. If they do, it's just because I wouldn't even know of anybody who would. But if they did, it would be an act of God. However, on the converse, hey, you may or may not be interested, but I overheard a conversation that you were having about struggling with pain. I've been using these products and have had remarkable results. Can I share with you a QR code? And you could check it out and see if it's something that you may be interested in. If you aren't, great. If you're not, maybe you know someone who is. Oh, sure. You got that handy? Yeah, absolutely. Here's the QR code right there. Do you see how simple that is? And then on the other side of my card, I have the Anjuli website that is the business. So I tell them, oh, this is a twofer card. They're like, a twofer? Yeah. On the back is for like customers where you can get information about the product. But on the front, if you're serious about making some extra income, you want to go to the anjuliglobal.com/stay blessed, because that's how you stay blessed with extra income. Where I actually do this as a way to support my nonprofit. Now, Rapport. This is the last one. We're wrapping it up real fast, folks. Rapport is everything. It's about having a conversation with people, making friends. If we are not building our business and exposure by kindness, information, being informative, filling a need, then we're not building a rapport. A rapport is built on filling needs for other people. People don't want to be convinced or persuaded. They want to find out what's in it for them. WIFM, WIIFM. What's in it for me? That radio station, everybody's on, right? The WIIFM station. Now, the method that we're doing this involves us getting personally involved in a conversation with people. Now, get over the fear of talking to folks. If they say no, great. The more people that say no, it gives you start turning into an extrovert like me. You know, honestly, I'm actually kind of a shy person. I know it doesn't seem like it, but I am a very private, quiet kind of person at home. I prefer to like have that quiet space. When we're building a rapport with people, guess what happens? It has to do with a warm versus cold market. Our conversations that we have, if it's a warm market, we shared with you those sentence structures, right? If it's a cold market, it's the 15 minutes of your time. You can use both of them for that. But the shorter that we are with our conversations, the faster we can move through it. Now, there are some circumstances where you want to extend those conversations, and that's part of the rapport that we're talking about here, not the fast ones. But there's two key questions that you're going to ask. What is it they like most about the job or what they're currently doing to earn income? Find out, what do you like best about what maybe it's working with people. They go, oh my gosh, I love working with people. I love having conversation. You know, or it could be, I love being able to just kind of be in an office by myself and not having to deal with people. And I can just work on the computer. Guess what? We can do both with our business, right? The second conversation is this helps you understand what their interests are. If we are knowing what their interests are, guess what happens? We're able to fill their why. Whether it's health and wellness, whether it's extra income, it doesn't matter. We're able to build a rapport with them. Now, folks, take a look at this. How many companies do you know that literally shows you, if you do this, you're gonna get that? How much do you want? I want that. Oh, great. In order to do that, an extra $8,000 a month in income a month, folks, monthly. This is monthly, $8,000 a month. Then you only need $40,000 in revenue on your whole team through customers, your personal, doesn't matter, from whatever platform. That creates an extra $8,000 a month. Maybe they say, gosh, you know, I only want an extra 500. That would help pay my power bill because it's been overly high. Or it'll give me the extra I need to be able to drive and do things that I want or make a donation. Well, gosh, that's great. Then just share it with 10 people a month and you've got an extra $3,000 just in a revenue stream from folks doing the same thing that you did. An extra $1,000 a month in revenue, all you have to do is have $6,000 in product sales, folks. This creates the revenue stream. You just pick what you want, and there's your answer on how to do it. My husband and I, in another business, which we're fixing to do it again, because believe me, been there, done that, got the t-shirts, plural, 7 years straight plus in the Players Club. We had a minimum of 10 sales a month for over 7 years. Folks, the only reason we stopped is because our priorities shifted. We took in foster kids. Sometimes priorities shift, but guess what? Because of that 10 sales minimum, I can tell you we didn't do just 10, minimum a month, we still get a check and haven't made any sales in years. Every single month. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about a way to create a residual income for ourselves, for those people who are around us that we love. Folks, I hope that you've gleaned some information that's helpful for you. Please feel free to unmic if you have any questions. We can cover some things. We're here to answer questions.
We only have 3 minutes, so we can take 2 questions. And these are my coins that I use. Still have them.
Hi
Question.
everyone, real quick. This is some really good nuggets because you're actually giving us language. Is this going to be available, Coach? Not just the recording or maybe the PowerPoint? The slides were really good. I took some pictures. I didn't
Those
get
that are
Actually posted it on WhatsApp
those that are
verbatim.
here, I will give this to.
Oh wow.
Those that
Okay.
are here. Okay, I want to end it strictly because we've been here for 59 minutes. And
Yes,
I
sir.
want to end it on 60 minutes. And I just want to say from the bottom of my heart,
Thank you, Kim.
thank you, Kim. Thank you, Bob, for you guys driving the distances you drove today to get to a hotel to do this. It was marvelous. Well done. Excellent. And Mark, I want to thank you for being the first. Dr. Beasley, Celia, God bless you. Darlene, Dr. Jana, girlfriend, my drinking friend. Oh, we don't drink anymore, Elaine. We
Alkaline water, right? That's what you're talking about?
yes,
Yes, he talking about water.
Yep. And Miss Linda, thank you. Mary Collier, all my Marys. And Sharon, I just want to thank you. Thank you guys for showing up. It's now exactly 60 minutes, so God bless you. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. And
Blessings.
You
Thank
can get some rest.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Kim.
Kim. Great
Everybody have a good
presentation.
night. Good night.
Love you guys.
Bye.
See you in the morning.
Yep, awesome presentation.
bye.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good night.